Franck Pivert, co-founder of Swiss 6022. Hi, Franck. Good to see you. I leave you
Cool.
the stage.
Okay, so hello everybody. So sorry, I can't speak Italian. I understood before that talk about AI as a tool. So what I'll do today is just show you a presentation that we made 1 week ago at the InsurTech Insights in London. It was totally crowded with more than 500 people. And what I will try to explain to you is that what we can do with AI, especially looking forward, so beyond what we are currently doing. The main message today is to think about AI tomorrow with the future of work. And I will start with a basic question just to understand, let's say, where is your level today about understanding AI? So who is using in your professional life today ChatGPT, prediction models, AI models in your daily life? Can you raise your hand, please? Okay. And keep your hands up. Then let's say who think that AI act, let's say you're working with the AI as a teammate rather than just using AI as a tool. Okay, less hands up. So the thing I would like to demonstrate today that it's possible to work with AI as a teammate, as a colleague. And it is not a dream, it's already happening. And it will happen even more and more. Tomorrow, everybody will have an AI next to it, whatever it is, a tool, something to do data analysis. But you may have also colleagues, and you need to start to learn about that. So to start with, I think I would like to share two simple visions. First one, the CEO of NVIDIA just a few months ago started to say, tomorrow we'll have hundreds, thousands of human workers, but potentially millions of synthetic workers, digital workers next to it. And it was his vision. I think everybody started to see that. Very recently, I think it was 3 days or 4 days ago, there was also a study from the Harvard Business Review starting to show that it seems possible to really be better as a team with AI inside. What we have experienced in our company, Swiss, we are French and Swiss, Swiss 6022, is that in fact it's already live. It started 1 year ago, nearly more than 1 year ago, a company, let's say, that we were working with, asking us to say, I need, let's say, to really manage my new activity. I can't find any people, can you help? And the idea was trying to say, let's try to build a virtual team, an hybrid team with human and AI working together as a team. It started as a R&D type of project. Today it's live, and we start to experiment that with other clients. So let me step back a little bit today what we talk about AI. There are many, many things to say about AI. But for us, the big vision that most of the time, current players are using AI as a tool, which, by the way, is very efficient when we know how to use it. Sometimes we use as a tool as a super Google. So I hope that you are not at this level because you are totally, let's say, underutilized AI. Sometimes you start to use it as multi-agent systems, automated a workflow, task very well structured. This is working also very well when you know how to do that. And it's all about automation, using AI as a tool. The thing that we wanted to experiment 1 year ago was trying to go one step further. Let's imagine tomorrow AI as a teammate. So it was all about augmented workforce, augmented team. And it was already a challenge, I can tell you. I didn't do anything. My co-founder in the room was an expert in AI since the 1990s, even wrote a book and a document at this point of time about that, thinking that it could happen one day. And it's currently happening. So to make it simple, as an image, when you use AI as a tool, it's like putting Iron Man suit to somebody. So everybody's familiar with Iron Man and the Avengers? Yeah, okay. So put the Avengers, the Iron Man suit so that you can go faster, smarter. What we try to build is kind of build an Avenger team. When you have human and superhero working together, I would not say to save the world, but at least to do extraordinary things. Don't worry, I will show you how it works. Just to give you some numbers. So with this company that we work with, obviously we try to have some KPIs. First thing, cost reduction. Obvious, no need to hire 10 people. Just few people were needed, but additional agents obviously were doing the job. Efficient productivity gains. More than 3 more than tickets, let's say, handled. Quality also improved. less error than humans, less error than a pure machine learning system. Loss ratio for an insurance business was important, minus 11 points. Better NPS, and even more importantly, higher satisfaction rate from the employees. They were very, very keen to work with AI because for them, it was a solution to their poor life when they had to handle something which was totally overwhelming. And they were so satisfied that just before Christmas, they asked us to clone them. So to create digital twins of themselves, working with them. So it was totally crazy. And when they asked us, and I can tell you, it works also very well. So today you have a company where they're not only working with AI as teammates, but have also digital twins of themselves with whom they are working on a daily basis, which do a very, very efficient job. So I know pretty most of you, like it was, let's say, each time I do this presentation, say, okay, you're totally dreaming. It does not exist. So I will show you how it works with a very simple demo. So it's not the one obviously in production for GDPR reasons. So it's only, let's say, fake data, but it's exactly how it happens. But I will start by presenting you, this button, presenting you the team in a nutshell. So you have on the left side, there are the existing people. So you have a customer care team with real people doing the job. To this team, we added an extended team with 3 types of AI agents. Obviously, AI reps, so we call claims reps, they were doing the claims claim settlement. So you have Claudine and you have Charlène, for instance, Arnaud and Franck on the other side. Franck, it's myself, huh? So it's just for the demo so that you remember the names. Then we have experts. So in that case, we'll have Raoul, Victor, Herbert, who are agent experts, GDPR, process, whatever they want. And one very, very important agent called Hélène, she's a facilitator. So facilitating the discussions between AI and human. It's absolutely important. So 2 weeks ago, I was talking to German people. When you do a meeting in Germany, and I worked a lot with Allianz, more than 20 years, usually the meeting starts on time, ends on time. And it's very clear. When you start to work with French people, I would say with also Italian people, showing that probably we are late by 30 minutes, usually you have somebody to handle the meeting. So when you had AI in that story, you need absolutely somebody who will exactly help you to execute the discussion properly. So remember the name, Hélène, facilitator. You will have Raoul, Victor, Claudine, Arnaud, and Franck. And there is one in this example, which I can't show you now because I don't have time. Charlène 2, she's a digital twin of Charlène 1, the human being. She can also act like this. Is it clear for everybody? Okay, so now I will show you how it works. Let's start with it. So we are using Slack. Slack as the digital channel so that people and AI can exchange in a very seamless manner, as if they were colleagues. They are colleagues themselves by their surname, huh? So it's very easy. Slack, you can work with Teams, whatever type of tools, as long as it's very fluid to communicate. You don't have to code anything. You don't have to know Python to do that. It's very simple. On the left side, you will see, and I will show you it afterwards, there are different type of channels. So channels are topics that you want to discuss, claim settlement, complaints management, new product launch, whatever topics, in fact, you discuss in your real life, and think every time in your business professional life, each time you have a meeting, I'm pretty sure you have meetings in your daily life. So think about the thematics. It's exactly the type of channels that we're creating. So I will show you now how it works. It will go fast because agents are very, very fast when they want to solve a problem. The very, very big thing here that we are not automating tasks. We are discussing. They are trying to do some problem solving, to make a decision, to produce content. It works. This type of solutions works very well when they are unstructured environment, when there are gray zones. For instance, a claim. You know that sometimes in a claim in insurance, it's obvious you should pay or not. But there are many claims that if you ask one claim, let's say handler, he will say yes. The other one maybe. He will say maybe. The other one may say not. There is a huge volatility in claim settlement. In that type of things where there are gray zone, those players can really work like that. So let's see how it works. So first of all, like I said, first you create your channels. So you have a claim settlement performance review whatsoever. So you create on the Slack channel the topic you want. Then you invite to this channel the people you need, people being human or AI. In that case, Claudine, Raoul, Hélène, Victor are AI agents. For the sake of the demo, the only human being is myself. You can see they're inviting me here. Then discussion starts. This example shows a message sent automatically to the Slack channel coming from the Zendesk, so their system customer request, where the customer is complaining about the reimbursement of his claim. Hélène will automatically start the discussion, start to invite the right people. So the customer care lady, the process manager about claims, guys, what's happening? And you can see that now they start to find a solution. There is a trick in the demo. The AI, there is one data missing. In the claim system, the claim settlement, so the claim number does not exist. So they can't find a solution. They are trying to find a solution. In that case, as a human, you can intervene whenever you want, as if you were around the table with the agents. So you can see I can speak a lot because the human being is much more slower than any agents to write something. So in that case, it just provided additional information to the AI. Once this is done, the conversation will restart. So we'll try to find a solution. Hélène, so the facilitator, will try to close the conversation. Her job is to say, do I have enough information to make a conclusion out of it? So she's trying to find solutions. So she starts to ask other information to Raoul, and they are trying to work on that. At one point of time, she will not manage to come to a conclusion who is, let's say, the customer, where this, let's say, policy is coming from, and where is this claim number. You can see here, for instance, that what the customer is saying is not happy with this first 500 USD claim settlement we proposed to him. We don't find the number, but what he's saying is consistent with our own policy, because usually this is the first amount that we propose in case of an accident. So they continue to speak. Then at the end, they decide by themselves, we don't have enough information, we need to come back to the client. So just propose a very simple email here. At this point of time, the conversation is closed. The only one who can reopen the conversation is the human. In that case, the human says, sorry, the way you wrote your email is not the right way to do it. Usually we do it in another way. It's, again, a very simple example, but it is how the fine-tuning is really happening. In fact, the agents are learning on the job with the human, but also with the other agents who will discuss with them and start to bring them up to speed. So in that case, the human says, okay, sorry. Does it work? Yeah, it's done. So she already did it. So she rewrote exactly the message in a different manner. So it's a very, very simple demo about what's happening now in daily life in this company. So they are settling the claims quickly like that. At the beginning, each and every settlement, there was a human at the end stating, okay, I'm okay with that, we can send the email. Now I think the discussion will see, so yeah, send the email directly, it works very well. To the next level, you have to think this team as really a team with AI and human, nearly making no difference between the players. When we did the first time the demo, I asked the team, okay, can you just make a quick team meeting? I asked Hélène, the agent, quick team meeting to tell me what works well, what didn't work well in the past weeks. And she came back with she started to do the meeting with the other agents, and she came back with obviously what works well, what needs to be improved. What was really funny during this demo is that one of the areas of improvement she wrote was in English. It will be good to explain the role of Franck, so myself. The ambiguity of my role prevents the team to work perfectly. So I was very surprised. So politely, she was saying that politely in English. I was presenting that to an English company, and the English guy told me, in fact, she's saying politely, who the fuck are you? Because I didn't present myself. So he said, okay, I need to obviously answer to you because you're human, but your questions does not help. So you can see how far this can go. And I can tell you I have many other examples where the agents start to raise questions that as a human we didn't think about. So this is the way it works. Now, maybe I will show you, I will not go obviously into the detail of the techniques. On the left side, I mentioned to you that when we consider agents as a tool, as automation, behind the scene, what do you have? you have usually the best LLM. So being OpenAI, Grok, Anthropic, whoever you want, because the best LLM does not exist. Every day there is a new one. Don't even speak about the Chinese one. And usually you apply that on a very structured environment, on workflows, on tasks which are very well defined. This is working very well. What we are doing on more the other side, we are here about problem solving, decision making, trying to produce some content in an unstructured environment or fast changing one. In that case, we still use LLM, but usually the basic ones. We don't need the best brain ever. What we need is a team of smaller brains working together. So what we use are basic LLMs plus swarm algorithm. So swarms are when all the fish are let's say swimming all together at the same time. So it's based on artificial life. So what we do was trying to mix artificial brain with artificial life principle. This allows us, in fact, to have very, very fluid discussion between the human and the agents. So this is the secret sauce behind the solution. And thanks to many years of work, because like I said, my co-founder worked on it since the 1990s, it was possible to arrive to this solution. And it's just the beginning. And maybe as a conclusion, where do we stand with this company? So I think now we are just in production. We are upgrading the platform. For those who could be interested, we are upgrading that also using blockchain as a technology, because, for instance, you need to have the right identity of each agent. So it's important. And I will not go into further detail, but it's very interesting technology for this type of things. But beyond technology, the big question is that you need to totally rethink your organization and the way you're organized. As a basic question, you saw there was human being, real one. There was AI agents, real one, working together as a team. As a manager today, and I was an executive in big company before, managing human beings is not always easy. But imagine yourself managing human beings and AI working together. Can tell you it requires a little bit of rethinking and also reskilling. You need to understand what it means. And eventually also you need to understand the size of your team. What we've managed to do here is just to augment the workforce at scale very easily with nearly no cost compared to the cost of FTEs. So it really, let's say, raised a lot of questions for organization. And probably, let's see, this will happen. So it was just in a nutshell what we are doing. And I just wanted to show you a window to the future, which is very close. This is happening. And what we are trying to do with our company is help company just to go in that direction. And I can tell you, we don't have all the answers to all the questions you may have in the room. But doing that, we are learning every day very fast. And I think if there is one constant in the story of AI, I've worked in digital experience since too long. It's the first time in my life that things are going so fast that even if I'm working on it on a daily basis, it's very, very fast, very, very difficult to catch up with all the evolution on a daily basis. So my recommendation to any company, embrace it, test it. Yes, you will have many failures, but if you don't do it, probably I think, let's say the companies on your competitor who is doing that can make a big difference. And it's first time in my life I saw such a tsunami of transformation coming on the market and in all markets, and it's not only insurance. Thank you very much for your attention.